Thank you for tuning into Wildcast. I'm Michael Hernandez.
And I'm Toby Schmidt. The U of A is a top research university, and it kept up its reputation by opening up a new $5.5 million water research lab last Friday. The Water and Energy Sustainable Technology Center, or WES Center for short, will specialize in water testing, wastewater treatment systems, and environmental impact analysis. The WES Center is located next to the Pima County Water Campus off of I-10 and Ruthroff, which will give U of A students the chance to work alongside Pima County researchers to solve water and energy-related problems.
If it seems like the University of Arizona gets more crowded every year, it's not your imagination, and it will continue to grow. The Arizona Board of Regents recently published a report of strategic goals they have for increasing the number of college-educated students by upping enrollment at all three public universities. The plan will increase the total enrollment another 61,000 students by 2025, making for a grand total of 224,000 students. The U of A's current enrollment is around 43,000 students and is projected to balloon almost 20,000 within the next 10 years. What do you think, Toby?
Well, I'm kind of glad that I'm going to be leaving in the next couple of years, because over 200,000 students, I don't think I could go to a school that large.
I guess don't understand where the space is going to come from. The U of A only has like a finite amount of space.
Yeah.
So like in the next 10 years, it's going to be interesting to see how the landscape changes for them to deal with.
Yeah, it'll probably end up turning into a campus like Arizona State's, where they have multiple campuses. And
right.
yeah, I don't think I'd like that.
No bueno.
Mm-mm. As enrollment continues to grow, so does the need to students to find housing close to the university. Wildcat reporter Whitney Bestwick spoke with some of the popular apartment complexes near campus and has more.
This year, more freshman students were admitted than ever in the history of the school. With all these new students, people are quickly looking for places to live, and off-campus housing is filling up fast.
The rooms are filling up really fast. Same with like the Hub and like Seoul and Luna. And all the longer you wait, like the prices are going to go up, so people should sign their leases now.
We did fill up really fast this year, and it's just been a really good leasing season.
In recent years, students have flocked to places like the Hub, Levels, and Next because of its convenience. Although these apartment complexes come with access to rooftop pools and fully equipped gyms, they have problems of their own.
Probably the management. Since there's so many people that do live here, it's hard to get to everyone on a timely manner, so I think the management would probably be the worst downfall.
Overall, there are many perks and downfalls to living in these apartments, but spots for next year are already filling up, so if you want to live within walking distance of the school, you better scurry down to the leasing office today. Reporting at the University of Arizona for Wildcast, I'm Whitney Bestwick.
We're almost nearing the end of the semester. As students, we're under constant pressure to balance our school and our personal lives, and that kind of stress can become overwhelming, especially during finals week. Statistics from UA Campus Mental Health say 50% of students have experienced higher than average stress levels over the past school year. 8% have had serious thoughts of suicide, and 1.4% have attempted suicide within the past year. If you're feeling overwhelmed and looking for help or to help others, a list of resources is available online at preventsuicide.arizona.edu.
This year has been full of out-of-this-world discoveries, but if your curiosity still isn't satisfied, the Lunar and Planetary Laboratory will be hosting an evening lecture series in Kuiper Space Sciences Room 308. Assistant Professor Christopher Hamilton will be exploring through satellite imagery the volcanic activities of Mars and comparing them with volcanoes here on Earth. The event is free and doors open at 6:30.
I'm forecaster Virginia Beamer. Beautiful day outside today. That is actually not correct. It was 80 degrees outside, very warm, nice day outside. So I'll let you know what to expect in your full forecast coming up.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Toby Schmidt.
And I'm Michael Hernandez.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Sarina Nafarrate.
And I'm Danielle Carp.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Max.
And I'm Jackie Kent. Welcome to Wildcast.
Welcome.
Welcome and Welcome.
And welcome to another edition of Wildcast.
I'm Derek Williams, your former U of A Wildcat. You're watching UATV. Don't change the channel.
Welcome back to Wildcast. With the holidays fast approaching, the retail season is already underway. But how often do you consider getting gifts from local shops and art makers? This weekend, Tucsonans got the chance to meet local shop owners at a pop-up market. Wildcast reporter Kendra Hall visited the market and learned more about Tucson's independent vendors.
I'm right here at the very first Cultivate Tucson, and it has been a huge success.
Cultivate is a lively pop-up market featuring Tucson's independent makers, designers, shops, artists. The exciting part about Cultivate Tucson is seeing everyone come together in the community, people that might not be creative themselves but want to be a part of the creative community and see other makers and hear about their stories.
Cultivate Tucson is a 5-hour event featuring over 25 local vendors. 20% of the proceeds from the market go to the nonprofit Free Ever After.
I'm excited to see what future collaborations happen between vendors and how introducing all these people to each other results in even more businesses.
When people make a purchase at a market like this, they're not only supporting the actual artists and businesses, but they're also supporting local nonprofits in the area that are doing things like Free Ever After. They're fighting sex trafficking that's happening in our city in Tucson. And so we love this model of art and makers funding change in the community.
Kristen and Claire plan to host more pop-up events in the future to showcase artists, designers, and other local goods that the community has to offer. Reporting from Cultivate Tucson for Wildcast, I'm Kendra Hall.
Get ready.
Thanksgiving is just a few days away, and that means charities, churches, and organizations are getting ready to put meals on the table for those in need. The Salvation Army is hosting its 31st annual Thanksgiving meal at St. Demetrios Greek Orthodox Church on Fort Lowell from 11 to 1. They are still in need of the following items: turkeys, instant potatoes, canned green beans, pies, yams, cranberry sauce, stuffing, loaves of bread, milk, brown gravy, and whipped cream. You can drop off all donations at the Salvation Army Hospitality House on the corner of Speedway and Main.
Well, hopefully they get everything they need to put on a nice Thanksgiving dinner. My mouth is watering after seeing that list, but luckily, weather reporter Virginia Beamer is here to fill us up with this week's forecast. Virginia?
Well, I don't know how hardy my forecast is per se, but hopefully this is exactly what you're looking for the week of Thanksgiving. Now here's what our high actually was today, 82 degrees outside with a low of 50 degrees, so well above average for this time of year. If you take a look at the average, 70 degrees is our average. We're actually closer to our record than we are our average temperature, so 87 was the record set in 1917, so pretty close there, and then nowhere near our low record, which was 25 degrees in 1916, thankfully. If we take a look at what to expect tonight, things are going to cool down just a little bit to 46 degrees outside, clear and calm for us here in Tucson, Arizona, which is kind of what we've been seeing at least the past week. As we get later into the weeks, talking about even tomorrow, things are going to cool down just slightly. So if we take a look at tomorrow, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. So 80 degrees, just 2 degrees below what we saw today. But again, that's just the start of decreasing temperatures as we get closer to Thanksgiving. So warm and sunny outside. And then for our extended forecast Thursday, 68 degrees outside. So from Wednesday to Thursday, 78 degrees by Wednesday. Thursday, temperatures are going to drop an entire 10 degrees, bringing us right on average for this time of year. And then Friday, again, 68 degrees. So a nice, very seasonably mild Thanksgiving for us, coming back into a beautiful Saturday. Cool.
Well, I mean, what are you thankful for, Virginia?
I am truly thankful for everything that I've been blessed with this year. I think everything's kind of falling into place in different aspects of all of our lives. So
I'm thankful to have one of the best news teams ever. So yeah, I get a little cranky sometimes. There it is. Yeah. You were expecting it.
After several pranks by Arizona State students in honor of Rivalry Week, the Wildcats were looking to get some payback on the football field.
We'll have a recap of the game along with the highlights from Arizona basketball and volleyball in sports after the break.
Continue.
Hi, it's David Hasselhoff, the Hawk. Get Hawk with UATV. Stay tuned. Don't change the dial.
The Cats headed north to Tempe for their final game of the season against the Sun Devils for rights to the Territorial Cup. Danielle Fork is here with a summary of the scores and stats for this week in Arizona athletics. Danielle?
The Territorial Cup took place this weekend, and unfortunately the Wildcats came home empty-handed after being defeated by the Sun Devils 52-37. Redshirt freshman Brandon Dawkins took over the quarterback position due to Anu Solomon's injury and Gerard Randall's ineffectiveness. He threw for 305 yards and ran for 78, almost leading an incredible comeback, but the Sun Devils' 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns were too much to overcome. Number 12, Arizona, continued their winning streak after defeating Northwestern 61-42. Gabe York led the team with 18 points, and Dusan Ristich almost earned a double-double with 9 points and 10 rebounds. This win gives Arizona 71 wins since the 2013-2014 season, which matches Kentucky for the most in the country. Wildcat Volleyball thrilled the fans in the McHale Center yesterday by taking down number 11 UCLA in 5 sets. Arizona, who is ranked 23rd, won the opening 2 sets but fell in the 3rd and 4th and came back to win in the 5th. Panina Snuka earned 18 digs, making her Arizona's all-time leader in digs by a setter with 1,160. Nikki Atia led the team in kills with a career-high 23. Arizona Swimming and Diving hosted the Wildcat Diving Invitational over the weekend. Sally Hackett was victorious on the platform for the women's team, while Rafael Quintero finished first for the men's. Overall, the Wildcats won all but one event. Women's basketball suffered their first loss in a close game against the University of San Diego, 59-54. Brianna Workman and Melina Washington each earned 10 points, but it was not enough to stop the Toreros, who opened up the game with an 8-0 run. Finally, Arizona Soccer was defeated in the NCAA tournament by Stanford with a score of 3-0. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Danielle, and thanks to all of you for watching us tonight. If you'd like to watch this show or any of our other shows, like always, check out our YouTube channel at UATV-CH3.
Make sure to give us a like on Facebook so you can receive updates from us during the week. And be sure to tune in next week for our final Wildcast show of the semester. From all of us at UATV-3, good night and have a happy and safe Thanksgiving break. Let's wait if my name is spelled correctly.
I was like,
Yes, it's spelled correctly.
what was?
I've been Hernandez for the past 2 weeks. Hernandez.